Good morning, lovelies. How you all doing? Hope you're all well. It's Sunday morning here in my world, so Monday morning where you are, I guess. So Sunday is my kind of house day. I don't generally work on a Sunday, but I clean the house, I clean the chickens out. Well, I used to in their old house. It was a once a week job, whereas now I do it every day, obviously, so I guess I don't need to do that. Woohoo! This is my cleaning solution that I've run out of, so I'm just topping this up. I clean my kitchen down with a mixture of vinegar and water. Normally I buy distilled white vinegar, and it's like, a bottle like that is like 30, 40, 50p, it's really cheap. This, I can't remember how much this was. This is Heinz, so it's going to be way more expensive, and this is also distilled malt vinegar. It smells the same. All vinegars work as a cleaner. It's just this will have been probably more expensive than what I usually get. All I do is pop it in a spray bottle and top it up with water. Roughly 50-50, it really doesn't matter if you're a little bit off one way or the other. And then I just use that to spray all my counters down, my sink, my draining board, everything like that really. I don't use it on the glass hob purely because I haven't researched whether it would damage the glass or the metal. I don't know what the metal trim is on that. So I don't bother, I just use a clean cloth, a clean warm cloth to wipe that down, but everything else gets a good spray of vinegar, and it smells really vinegary, unsurprisingly, but I quite like that. That's come to my mind, that just means that something's clean. The reason that I do this and don't buy all the bottles of crap that the supermarkets sell is because I don't need that stuff. It's expensive, it's full of chemical crap. And I don't feel that we need it. So I just give everything a good wipe down, and there we are, job done. Apart from that bit, I missed that bit. Oh, and excuse the hair this morning. I went to bed with still damp hair last night. It's Sunday, who cares? Also, another thing I'm going to do today, and this is quite sad, I'm actually going to take Myrtle off the road. I'm going to SORN her. In the UK, you either tax your vehicle to be roadworthy or you take it off the road, so you legally cannot drive it on the road, and that's called SORN, and I think it stands for statutory off-road SORN. I can always re-tax her in the future, that's not a problem. So I think today I might park her up outside the kitchen so that at least I can go and make a coffee in her every now and then and gaze at her adoringly through the window, you know, all that sad stuff. But financially it makes sense that I'm not paying for insurance and stuff, and I think I paid this last insurance annually, so that means I should get some money back and possibly get a little bit of money back from the tax that I've paid already as well. Again, it won't be very much. So I'm going to crack on, clean this house. I'm going to not bring you guys along for that. You're welcome. And then if anything interesting happens, I'll switch the camera on, but I don't know that there's going to be a lot today that's going to be very interesting. So don't hold your breath. Happy Sunday. Yum yum. I'm doing it. I'm currently taking Myrtle off the road. That's quite sad, isn't it? So apparently refunds will not be issued for the month in which you apply, only full remaining months. And it's not due until the 1st of June. So there's only actually going to be 2 months that I'm going to get refunded. So it's not going to be much money, but hey, better than a slap round the face with a wet kipper, I feel. Done. That's it, she's off the road, people. Even though she's a diesel, she's got this cold start like lever. It's like a choke on a petrol, but obviously she's not petrol. Oh, listen to that. She purrs like a kitten. She also smokes like a bitch. There are clouds of smoke coming out the back. I haven't started her for, I don't know, a fortnight or something, so I'm kind of just pleased that she's started, really. Right, let's go and hide her in the field. Hey ladies. Ooh. And there we are. God, I wonder how long she's going to sit here for. At least she gets this beautiful view. You know it had to be done, didn't you? She's going to be outside my kitchen window. I can't not come and sit in there and have a cuppa. So I got me my coffee. I've got me my muffin. I've got me my planner. This is another of my Sunday jobs, is that, well, normally I sit and I plan my week ahead for my business, but at the moment I've kind of put the business on hold. So obviously for the last week I've done no real work. I've just been making these vlogs for you guys. Well, I say for you guys, it's been as much for me, it turns out, that it has for you. The week before that, honestly, I had a long to-do list to accomplish, but I did nothing. I just ended up going round and round in circles, watching the news, watching the stats, watching social media. I was just obsessing about it all, and it was freaking me out. And it was that week of just complete inaction and inability to concentrate or focus or do anything. And it's that led me to making these quarantine diaries, because I needed to create. I'm a creative, and that's how I express myself, is through making stuff, either art or whatever. And that's how I process things. That's how I cope in stressful situations. So I needed to create, but my normal job, the food photography, the food blogging, that kind of stuff, I just couldn't do it because it was work and I couldn't concentrate. It's just really weird. I don't know. And I wanted to help the world. I wanted to do something, but there wasn't anything I could do. And the only thing I could think of was picking up the camera. And although I did it for you guys, it's actually ended up being of massive benefit to me. I almost feel responsible for entertaining you, which sounds really presumptuous, and I'm really sorry. But it's taken my mind off me and my situation and my fears, mostly. And it's given me something to focus on outside of myself and my worries, and that's been amazing. So even though you didn't know you were helping me, you really are. Thank you. And the feedback I'm getting from you lot, I mean, there's people in the comments whose names I don't recognise, but sounds like they know me and Myrtle and the farm and stuff. So I figured some of you guys have been watching for a while, and you're just now kind of chatting in the comments and stuff, which is awesome. That's just amazing. And if you're ever feeling down, pop down to the comments below one of these quarantine diaries, because just, you guys are amazing. There's some amazing love and information and help and support down there. Go and have a conversation with each other. I think you're all going to get on ever so well. Anyway, like I say, normally on a Sunday I plan the next week from my business point of view. I am hoping to do some actual work this coming week, but there's stuff on the website that I can do and I need to do, so that's cool. There's a couple of old recipes that need new photographs and stuff like that, so maybe I can build that into what I'm doing with you guys as well, but I can still feel like I'm actually achieving something positive in the business too. Might be an interesting time to tell you about what I do, because nobody really knows what a food blogger is unless they are one, I think. People always want to know, when I tell them that I'm a food blogger, they always want to know how I make money doing it. That's the first question I get. How do you make money at that? So let's give you a little crash course in food blogging, shall we? Now, there are two main ways that my blog makes money. One is from ad revenue. So I'm with a brilliant ad platform at the moment. They're really, really good. And basically every time someone lands on a recipe page and scrolls down through the page, and the recipe's at the bottom, there's lots of pretty photos and stuff. But every time they go down through a page, they're shown adverts, like on most websites. It's how ad revenue works online mostly. So every time one of those adverts gets shown to someone, then it registers in my account, and that builds up, and when lots of people are visiting, then that means that I get paid more, which is great. The ads thing isn't going particularly well at the moment, because although people are stuck at home and they're surfing the internet, and they're looking for recipes right now, which is great, unfortunately the RPM, so the actual revenue per click that you get, is lowered because companies aren't spending as much on ads at the moment, because, you know, big business is worried too, I guess. So that's one chunk. That's a big chunk of my monthly income, one of my main income streams. One of my other main income streams is from sponsored posts, and I also do sponsored videos. I've done a couple of them here on YouTube too. And a sponsored post means that company X sends me their new woohoo X gadget, and I don't review products as such. I do here on YouTube, but not on my blog. I'm not really a review website. But I would integrate their product or their service into the copy, and if it's relevant to the food, to the recipe, then I'll integrate it obviously to the recipe as well. So if it's a food brand, say they're sending me a cheese, I don't know, then I would create a recipe using their cheese, really working on the benefits and highlight the benefits of that particular product, what makes it so special, what makes it so unique, why it'd be great to use in this recipe, you know, that kind of thing. And then if it's a service-based company, so they can't actually send me a product, but they want me to promote their company to my readers, then I would create a recipe inspired by this company or what they do or where they are, or there would be something in their story that I could pull out and use as inspiration for a recipe. So those are my two main income sources. Unfortunately, it's the PR brand stuff, the sponsored stuff, that I am not expecting to be getting any of that in anytime soon. Businesses are scared right now and they're not spending. So there are lots of smaller income streams that I have set up. There's like the Amazon affiliates. So when I do my coffee reviews, and I use a new Hocus Pocus coffee maker, and then underneath in the description box on YouTube there will be a link to Amazon. That link will be an affiliate link, so if anyone clicks through to that onto Amazon and buys that coffee gizmo, then I would get a tiny little percentage of that sale. It doesn't cost the person anything extra, which is nice, but I just get a little kickback, like a little commission. The trouble with the coffee review stuff is that these things are very small in price. They're kind of like, I don't know, 15 to 30 quid in value. And I'm very honest. So a lot of the coffee reviews, I wouldn't want anyone to go and buy because they're rubbish. So that's kind of interesting. So that's the affiliate stuff. And you can be an affiliate for all sorts. I could be an affiliate for Netflix, maybe. I don't know. I don't know if they've got an affiliate program, but you can promote anyone or anything. And if the company has an affiliate scheme, then you can be accepted as an affiliate. And then there's also products, and as some of you know, I recently, like maybe 2-3 weeks ago, I released my first little cookbook. I've halted work on the second one because I've been in a weird place, but I will be picking that up soon. These are easy one-pot camping recipes. That's what I make on my YouTube videos normally here in Myrtle's kitchen. And the cookbooks, the first one I did was 25 vegetarian one-pot camping recipes. I'll leave a link to it below, you know I'm gonna. And then I've got a couple of ideas for the second book that I'll be bringing out, and I'm just kind of hopeful that, you know, hopefully we'll all get back to camping this year. But even if we don't, I guess there's nothing wrong with having a couple of easy one-pot camping recipes up your sleeve for being stuck inside. Maybe I should do a store cupboard cookbook next. What do you think? Just using tins and packets that you might have lingering at the back of your cupboard. And then one of the other income streams I have, which is here on YouTube. And again, this is ad related. So once you reach a certain number of followers and you have a certain number of like watch hours on your channel, so it means that people have consumed, I can't even remember how many hours is it 4,000 hours? But once viewers have watched a certain amount of video content on your channel, then you're able to apply to YouTube to show ads and create an income stream that way. I don't earn very much, maybe, I don't know, 20, I think it's the 28th today, maybe. And I think I've earned, do you know, I can't even remember, 20 quid, 30 quid this month. It's not very much, but it's all these little things, they all add up. And then separate to my online business, I'm also, as I've said, I'm an acupuncturist. So I earn a few £100s a month by going into the hospital and giving acupuncture to patients. That is currently on lockdown too at the moment. Because my clinic is on non-essential, that I think I said already that clinic has been shut down now. So that income stream is currently on hold too. So yeah, so although my big income streams right now are on hold mostly, there's still things that I can be doing on my website to improve traffic to the website. So that will increase my ad revenue. Even if the money that brands are spending on advertising is coming lower, obviously the more traffic I can get to it, then hopefully it'll even that out and I won't lose out too much. So yes, it's an interesting time to be self-employed, and my accountant has emailed and let me know that the government will be in touch to let me know whether I can get this 80% self-employed grant that's happening at the moment. So that would be a relief, hopefully, to know that that might be coming. Anyway, so although I'm not going to be doing my normal weekly planning, I am going to sit here with my coffee and my muffin and stop talking and do a little bit of planning, trying to get my head around this week what I'm going to do. I'm still going to do these videos. They're taking up a huge amount of my time, and it's wonderful because, like I said, it's taking my mind off everything. But I am going to take a couple of hours each day to work on something in the business as well. And I'll probably film a bit of it for you guys just to give you an idea of what it is I do. Right, it's muffin o'clock. Next on my list is clearing this monster out. I also need to do an inventory of what I've got, because the stuff in here is the stuff that if I don't use it, it's going to go bad and get thrown away, which we can't have right now. Once I've done a recce of this lot, then I can look in the freezer and in the cupboards to create meals out of this stuff. But it's really important that I get this lot planned for and used up. Otherwise, you know how it is. I'm just going to be lazy and eat the easy food, and I need to be using up the fresh stuff. Oh, and in case you were wondering, Johnny was going to be working on his van again today, but unfortunately things went so badly yesterday that he's in a really grumpy mood, and he's currently sat on the sofa watching telly, which I can't say I blame him for. I'd probably rather be doing that than clearing out a freezer. But yeah, with him having such a tough week at work with all the chainsawing too, I think it's probably a very good thing that he just sits and chills for the day. Right, onto the fridge. Alrighty, that's my recce done. Now I need to try and work out what meals I'm going to make that use up these things within the next few days. All these things with stars on, these are the things that are starting to look a little bit sad or that just don't have that long a shelf life. There's actually an awful lot of food here, so I just need to work out if I can do like one big slow cooker dish, for example, that gets rid of a lot of these things with the stars on, then that's going to be awesome. So it's time to put my little thinking cap on, I think. All right, I've nailed it. All of this stuff with all of these spring onions, because apparently you can't just have one bunch of spring onions drying out in your fridge. You need about 74. So all of this green stuff I'm going to mix with these 2 free-range chicken breasts that I got out of the freezer, and I'm going to make like a creamy mustard sauce, and I'm going to serve that with rice. That's going to probably make maybe 6 meals, possibly 4, depending how greedy we are. And then this big bag of coriander, which is out of date now, but it still looks absolutely fine. I'm going to mix that with this beautiful bunch of carrots, and I'm going to do this lovely marinated carrot salad, which is on the blog. Johnny loves this. It's a Portuguese side dish. It's bloody lovely. So I'm going to work on that in a minute, but first I'm going to get all this very sad looking greenery sorted. Totally changed my mind, chucked it all in the slow cooker, and I'm just going to do it the easy way. So we're going for a whole chicken and broccoli creamy mustard thing. I'm going to use this mustard because this is not my favourite, so actually this is a really good time just to use it all up. I've just defrosted these in the microwave, which is why it looks a little bit cooked on that end. It'll be absolutely fine though. And even though I'm going for 4 or possibly even 6 portions out of this pan, I've only got 2 chicken breasts here, and that's fine. If you cut the meat really small, it really makes it stretch, and that's plenty of protein per person. So in here we've got a wrinkly old broccoli, probably about 2 bunches of spring onions all chopped up, 1 wrinkly green pepper, probably 1/4 of a white cabbage that was really past it, 2 chicken breasts, 2 cans of full fat coconut milk, and probably a heaped tablespoon of whole grain mustard. Oh, and about 4 cloves of garlic. Oh, I missed one. And that's that. I'm going to stick that on the slow cooker, probably around 3 to 4 hours on high, and that will be done. That's red wine vinegar gone in. I'm reading this recipe off my website because I don't remember things like this. Oh, not quite enough. So I'm just going through this coriander, pulling out any black or slimy looking leaves, but bearing in mind it's a couple of days past its best before, and coriander doesn't keep all that well. It's actually in great condition. So that's nice, and we can get that used up. And there it is, all clean and mostly dried. And then we're going to roughly chop it and chuck that in with the vinegar, oil and garlic. And I'll admit, it's probably better that you like coriander to even consider making this recipe. I'm not going to add that. I'm actually going to freeze that. I don't want to waste the coriander. We certainly don't need any more in there. That is plenty. Oh, it smells so yummy. So here's my carrots. They're still quite warm. So I'm just going to slice them into little coins and add them in with the herbs and vinegar and oil. And the heat from them is going to help them soak up all those lovely flavours and make them really, really delicious. And I think this is probably one of Johnny's favourite salads. He loves this. Then clamp the lid on and give it a good old shake. Now I'm just going to take the lid off just so the carrots can cool down without holding all that condensation in there. I'm going to bring them down to room temperature and then pop the lid on properly and pop them in the fridge. And they are delicious. What do you think of that? Now, because fresh coriander doesn't last very long and I've got no plans to use this in the next day or two, I'm going to freeze it. So all I do is roughly chop it up, stick it in a little tub and then plonk it in the freezer. And when I come to use it, it's not going to be as fresh looking as that, but it's still going to have the same flavour. You can just break some off and crumble it into your dish and it's just lovely. So let's not let that coriander go to waste. So I'm just going to shove that all in there, try and get the lid back on. And there we are, waste not, want not. Perfect. So it's just gone 3 in the afternoon and this is the first chance I've had today to get out here and clear this lot up. Did you think you got away with it today and you weren't going to poo pick with me? Not a chance, buddy, not a chance. No time for gardening today and it is bitterly cold out there. So I've stayed indoors today. I've had Amazon Prime on as I've been cleaning and cooking and just being a little domestic goddess. So if you're stuck at home at the moment, tell me, what are your plans this week? What are you going to accomplish in the next few days to stop yourself going doolally? Let us know in the comments. Do you have any art projects on the go? Do you make videos too? If so, drop your YouTube channel names below so we can go and check you out. Because if there's one thing that everybody has lots of right now, it's time on their hands. So pop down into the comments, drop a link to your channel, tell us in 10-15 words what your channel's about, what your videos are about, and why people should come and check you out. That sounds like fun. And if you don't have a YouTube channel, but you clearly are here, so you must love YouTube, pop down into the comments and see what everybody else is doing. Because all my friends that make videos are like all over it at the moment. It's amazing. I've never seen my YouTube feed full of so many cool videos before. It's great. Also, I thought this week I might do a video sharing all my favourite YouTube channels with you. A real weird, diverse mix of channels and content. Some of my friends and I watch them purely because they're my friends. I'm not necessarily interested in what they're talking about all the time, but they're my friends, so I support them. Some of them are ladies in America with 100 million children, and they're religious. I'm not a mother, I have no children, and I'm definitely not religious, but I seem to have this fascination with these really large families in America. There's some van life stuff, there's some homesteaders, there's some gardeners, there's all sorts. So let me know if you'd like a list of all of those this week, and I'll see what I can do. Voila! Poo picking complete. Now, Mum thinks we shouldn't give any eggs away at the moment because of the chickens eating those poisonous rhubarb leaves. I think I'll go and have a little look on the internet and see if I can see any indication that they shouldn't be eaten, but I've been eating them and I'm fine. So that's good. I have got rid of all the veggies that were like on the turn, the ones that I needed to get rid of. And I've also got the list of everything else that I need to use up in the next few days. So I think I need to go through this and work out a couple more recipes. The other thing that you can always do if you've got veggies that need using up but you know you're not going to get to in time is you can freeze them. So like I would chop up peppers, carrots, even things like spinach. You can just chop them up, chuck them in a Ziploc bag or in a plastic tub and just freeze the whole thing, and then next time you're making a soup or a stew or casserole or something like that, just chuck the frozen veggies straight in with it too. Once you cook something, you won't know that they've been frozen. Now obviously the proper advice is that you should blanch some vegetables before freezing, but honestly if you're just trying to stop waste and stuff and they're going to get used up within the next month or two, I really wouldn't bother with blanching veggies. That's just my two penneth. So do let me know down below if you're stuck with any of your ingredients, you just don't know what to do or how to use them up before they go bad and you don't want to waste them. And I'm sure if everybody else keeps an eye out in the comments as well, perhaps we'll have lots of ideas from lots of different people about how to use up your different ingredients. That would be really, really useful, I think. If anything good is coming out of this crisis right now, I'm hearing it all over social media that people are really stepping up and they're being more mindful about the food that they already have in their homes and they're making sure they use it up before it goes to waste. So that is freaking awesome. So I'm going to call it a day. I'm not sure there's been much of any interest in this video, so apologies on that. Sundays is a nice lazy day here though, so there is that. I'm now going to go and put my feet up. Johnny's already lit a fire, and I'm going to go and edit this and it'll be out with you in the morning. Keep smiling, look after each other, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.